So, welcome out to this, whatever this turns out to be. I was hit with a massive amount of nostalgia, and I remember that I had RetroArch on my computer, so I decided to look through the games that I had available on RetroArch. And one really just hit me right in the nerves, and that was Harvest Moon Back to Nature. Mainly because there is a very, very specific sound that just triggers nostalgia in me with this game. And I'm going to see if I can't get it to do the whole thing right here and now. Oh, I didn't do the opening, but that's fine. This is the part. Okay, this is gonna be fun for me. Welcome to Mineral Town. I'm Mayor Thomas. I'm going to ask you a number of questions. I should probably be doing an old man voice. I'm going to be asking you a number of questions, so please answer them. What is your name? What is your quest? What is the average wingspan of a swallow? African or European? I don't know. Our name is Paladin. It just about only fits. Is this name okay? Yes. When is your birthday? In this game, so my birthday is actually June 1st. So I've always put it as summer 1st. Just because there's only 4 months, it's the seasons, and there's only 30 days in each season. What is the name of the farm? For those who have never played a Harvest Moon game, but have heard of, who've never played a Moon game, but know of what's the name of that franchise? Yeah, for those who've never heard of Harvest Moon, but know the name of, or who have played, why am I blanking on it now? It's that new farm game that came out a little while ago, Stardew Valley. If you've ever played Stardew Valley, this is what Stardew Valley was based on. It's an old series, ranging way, way, way back. I think the first game was on the Super Nintendo, but the game that I fell in love with was for the PlayStation 1. What's our farm gonna be called? I guess we could name it, Sauce Farm? Or Zesty. We'll just name it Zesty. Speaking of, I might have my capture card working again soon, so we might see a return to Persona 5 again soon. I just need to do some tests. Zesty Farm. Is this name okay? What? The name of the dog on the farm. Oh, this one's. Why don't I even have to think about this? Let's fix it. Okay, yes. This is okay. Ah, the loading screens with the fucking cows. This is so nostalgic for me. I don't care if a single person watches this video. I'm playing this for me at this point. Well, what do you think? This is your grandpa's farm. It's been neglected for quite some time, so it's a bit of a mess. The walking sound effect is so good. Do you remember when you were young and spent summer vacation on this farm? And I walk to reflect. I'm sorry, I've had to cancel the family trip this summer. I couldn't rearrange my work schedule. I'm sorry. I know I promised you. Please understand, I'm very busy. I'll make up for this. Very sorry, dear, but I asked Grandpa if you could stay at his farm. Take it easy and enjoy nature for a change. I'm not joking when I say there's a very, very high likelihood that I might start crying in the middle of this game just because this is my absolute childhood. I spent hours upon hours playing this game as a child, and I haven't played it since. So this is taking me back to being like... I'm not joking when I say taking me back to being like 7 years old again, and I'm 25. This is taking nearly 2 decades off my life here. Hello there, Sonny. There's not much excitement out in these parts, but you're welcome to stay as long as you want. I'm too busy with my farm chores to play with you much. But there's some children in the village. You can play with them. Yay, playing on the cow. And then falling off. There's a horse. Love he says he's too busy with your... Oh, yeah. Never fuck with the chickens. Never fuck with the chickens. It's true in every game. What's interesting is I didn't own this game until after the PS2 was already out. But my friend owned a Nintendo 64 copy of Harvest Moon 64. And we played that at his house, and I told my mom I wanted Harvest Moon, because I thought there was only one. And she ended up buying me the PlayStation 1 version, and I was like, it's just like my friend's... Watch. Sorry, I had to listen to that. That's a very important part to me. Oh, it's you, the boy visiting the old man's farm. Do you always play alone? I like it here too, so I come here a lot to play alone. Tell me some stories about the city and about you. Oh, young love. That one gets me. I'm sorry. I love that song. I actually learned how to play it on piano. But I owned this game because I told my mom I wanted Harvest Moon, thinking that the only version that existed was for the Nintendo 64. And then she gave me the PlayStation version along with like a Namco Arcade Museum game, which was kind of interesting. Because the arcade like the Namco Arcade Museum was a cool game because it was just all of these Namco games, like old Namco Arcade, like Dig Dug and Galaga, or I think it was actually technically Galaxian, it wasn't Galaga. Galaxian, some racing games, I think Pac-Man was in there, Miss Pac-Man was in there, and it was just a bunch of these games, and you could just choose them from a menu if you wanted, but the big thing was that it technically had a museum you could walk around in, and each exhibit had the original arcade cabinet in the exhibit, along with a lot of other stuff. I'll see if I can't find it just to do like a little feature on someday, but it's just... That game was also like one of the ones that I remember being like, wait, I don't have a PlayStation, but I can play these PlayStation games, and that was what got me obsessed with PlayStation 1 games, even though I had a PlayStation 2. To this day, I actually think the PlayStation 1, even the jank 3D games that are on it, have a better aesthetic to me than Nintendo 64 games because they almost feel a little too polished. PlayStation 1 games felt more raw and it just had more personality to me. Oh, are you leaving? That makes me feel lonely. You'll come back again someday, right? Remember, you promised. Hello, Pixel. This is who we named our dog after. Look at this long dog. Cat snake. Where's your sister? No idea where your sister went. It's been a long time since then. You've grown up well in those years. So I talked this over with the people in the village. Your grandfather took real good care of this farm. We respect his wishes and would like to see how much you can accomplish in 3 years. We don't mean to be testing you, but if you can get this farm back like it was, the village will accept you as the rightful owner of the farm. But if the farm is neglected or you can't get along with the villagers, then you'll have to leave. That's the decision we made as a village. Farming is very hard work, but I hope you do your best and become a great farmer, like your grandfather. Yay! All right, and we start the game. What could be in the toolbox? So first things we're gonna want to get our hands on is we're gonna need this. We don't want the scythe because as much as the scythe is nice, we don't need the scythe immediately. We want the axe. We want the hammer. I forgot how few item slots I have starting out. Oh, hold on. Before I leave the house. I'll check before I go to bed. Okay. Good morning, Paladin. I came to show you around the village. If you'd like. Yes, please. Well then, let's go. That way leads to the poultry farm and the Yodel Ranch. You can buy chickens and other animals at those places. This is the blacksmith shop. You can buy tools for your farm here. Blacksmith can also improve tools for you. This is the orchard. They're short on help at harvest time, so lend a hand if you can. That feels so good in my soul. This is some soul healing for me. This is the library. You can learn a lot from reading books. Of course, you can also ask me and the other villagers about things. This is Old Lady Gertrude. We're gonna pretend she doesn't exist. Damn it, she found us. Well, hello, Thomas. And who do we have here? Is this the young man who said you'd be running Zesty Farm? Hello, Ellen. Yes, this is the one whose name is Paladin. Let me introduce you. Let me introduce you to Ellen. She used to be a midwife. Her granddaughter is now working at the clinic. Next, let me show you my house, which is right next door. Take care, Ellen. Goodbye, Thomas. And it was nice to meet you too, Paladin. This is my house. I live with my son, the policeman. Please come visit us anytime. The one policeman that they have in the entire village. Because the village is like a total of like 10 people. Like there's not enough people to actually cause a ruckus. This is the supermarket. You can buy all sorts of things here, even seeds for your farm. Also, the supermarket owner's daughter's a little hottie, and she's who we're going to be going after this playthrough. This is the clinic. You can come here if you feel sick or fatigued, but try not to overwork so you don't have to. The church is over there. The pastor's an odd man, but nice. Keep in mind this takes place in Japan, so like having a church with a Christian thing is kind of like a weird exotic thing to have in a town. This is the inn. There's a restaurant on the first floor. The bar opens after sundown. This is the square. Most of our festivals are held here. If you go straight, you'll reach the beach. The left path leads you back to the church, and the right path is in the front of Yodel Ranch. Music transitions are kind of abrupt. Well, I guess that's about all I have to say. Walk around and just see what else there is. Press the select button to view the village map. What's a select button? Am I in a video game? You press the start button when you're on your farm, you can get a bird's eye view of the whole farm. Oh yes, the woodcutter Gotts lives up in the mountain, so he's the guy to ask about that area. Well, I have to go now. Good luck, Paladin. Alright. Oh, wait, is Zach gonna show up? Yeah, Zach! I'm the buyer, Zach. Nice to meet you. As a farmer, there's just one thing you need to remember. There's a bin on the farm, and that's where you'll place the produce you want to sell. I'll drop by every evening at 5 to see if there's anything to pick up, and pay you on the spot. Oh, but I won't drop off on festival days. I want holidays too. There's also bins in the hen house and in the sheep and cow barn. You can sell the vegetables you harvest here, as well as other things you harvest on other things you've gathered in the mountains, of course. You sell eggs, wool, milk too. Got it? Good. I'll come back again at 5. I think we have control again now. Yep. And that took 2 hours out of our day. So the first thing we want to do immediately is start cleaning up. Nothing on the farm currently has any value, but every time that I chop one of these pretzels, it gives me wood. I remember whenever I was a child, I couldn't help but think they looked like pretzels, so even to this day I call them pretzels. Also, the reason we're not using the scythe to get rid of these shrubs is because it takes less energy to pick the shrubs than it does to use a tool to cut the shrubs. But we want to clean off a nice, decent plot of land for ourselves right here. Because we've got a little bit of money. The shop doesn't open up, I don't think, for like a little while longer. I can't remember exactly when the shop opens, but we'll look it up here in a second. But we want to clear at least this starting plot before we actually start getting into buying crops, because we want to have a very specific plot style set up. How crops grow in this game is interesting. So every time that you use a seed, it seeds a 3x3 area. But if you do a 3x3, you'll never be able to actually get to the crop in the middle. So the actual way to do this is to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like this. And then a space in between for walking. And you just want to make a couple of plots that look exactly like this. Later on, this will make more sense, but for now, just you gotta trust me. This is exactly how these plots are going to look for the rest of the game. I don't think there are any plants until it is noon. All right. I'm gonna make a 4th plot here, and then we're gonna go buy, I guess, 4. Starting out, I think the best seeds for us are turnip seeds. Oh yeah, we're also getting tired because we've been working. Oh look, a little mole. And then if we hold B, we run. Or I guess in this sense, it's a PS1 circle. It's also isometric, and it's on the PS1, so all the controls are done by using the D-pad. I think you can technically use... Yeah, no, you cannot use the stick. Hold on. Hello. Hi, you're the new villager, right? Now see how she has a little black heart in the bottom corner there? That means she's a dateable option. We want to introduce ourselves to as many people as we can. Today's my shopping day. It's fun to buy things at the supermarket. Yes, yes it is. Let's go to the supermarket. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Okay, and the other people that are down here are gone. Also, if you hold B, you run automatically. So, like, you run in the direction that you were last facing. I'll bring the money next time. Huh? The next time? Jeff, you sold on credit again. Such a pushover. That was the doctor, right? I'll go to the clinic to get the money. Hey, I'll take this. Put it on my tab. Oh, that thing? Okay, yeah, next time. Say, aren't you the guy from Zesty Farm? What's wrong? You don't look good. You should pay. It's okay. Duke? Oh, Garrett. You should pay when you buy something. Okay, okay. You I can't escape. Look, it's waifu material. Thanks for the help. You own the Zesty Farm, right? My name's Karen. Nice to meet you. It's either going to be her or it's going to be the girl with the pink hair. Those are like the two that I always go after. Those are fruit and vegetable seeds. The seeds we have now are for the spring planting, but if you have a hothouse, you can grow them anytime. Each bag has 9 seeds. You can eat or sell the fruits and vegetables you harvest. You want to buy any seeds? We've got 500 seeds. I don't need grass seeds right now. I think the best thing for me to grow is cucumbers, because it's the first day of spring. How much are each of these? How many do you want to buy? Oh, that's right. Each one of these units is like, yeah, I don't have enough money to buy. Huh? Are you sure? I wanna buy like a decent amount. I might buy a cucumber seed. I might buy a cucumber seed, but I want to see like how much does each thing buy. See, this is I can buy 4 units and have 20 left over. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for now. Alright, I'll send it to your farm later. Thank you very much. And our goal in all of this is going to be... we want to save up for a backpack. That's a rucksack. You can hold twice the amount of your own rucksack. It costs 3,000 gold. Want to buy it? Don't buy it. Are you sure? And this, I can't remember what this bag is, but I remember it being useful. That's a bin. It can hold a lot of stuff for shipment. It costs 5,000 gold. You want to buy it? Not now. Because it really won't be useful until way later in the game. That's all we're going to buy today. Also, while you're inside, time is stopped. Time only progresses while you're outside. You can also typically transition screens faster than NPCs. And NPCs are on a, like a time schedule. So, it's not that crazy to learn a character's schedule and follow them. The door open. Who's going where? I guess I'm not going to be able to see. Oh, it's the guy inside the vineyard. They call this an orchard, but it's definitely a vineyard. We kind of met you already. Nice weather today, eh? Your animals must be happy about it, too. I don't have any animals yet. Hey, Slinky. You want to see the other people? It's Slinky. Oh, I'm wasting time. It's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't even planted or watered my plants. Slinky is currently attacking my leg. I need to put away the axe for a watering can and the hammer for the seeds. So we'll want to start by watering, or by seeding the plots I've laid out here. You want to be very precise because this is an older game, so like it's not perfect. But if you stand in the direct middle of the plot, it spreads 9 seeds out. Because I have the basic watering can right now, I need to fill up my watering can, that's right. Because I have the base watering can, I can only water 1 plot at a time. So we're just gonna go in a simple spiral pattern. The big reason why we plant in this fashion, though, instead of having all 9 plots. Alright, my character's gonna get tired because this is a lot of work to be doing in the first day. Nothing today, Zach. What? Nothing today? Nope. It's first day. I've only just got a farm started. I should be able to finish up doing some extra work here, head to the hot springs, and then we can go foraging for the night before we call it a night. Oh, I missed that last block. So I can hold 3 items in my rucksack, and I can have 3 items equipped because I have the base rucksack. So a couple of things we're gonna do is we're gonna forage for a couple of items. We're gonna grab a bamboo shoot, and then I think it's there. It is. Got it. There are fast buttons for putting items away. And that's the most I can carry in a single go right now. Until I can get a bigger backpack, this is about how we're gonna have to do things. I think if I'm just gonna forage, I really don't need to go use the hot spring, so we're gonna quickly run and drop off some items for pickup tomorrow. Technically, I probably should have done this before so we could have gotten credit today and gotten a little money to start with, but all in all, this is not a terrible start to have plants set and crops ready to, and some foraged items ready to go. I can't remember if your foraged items disappear in the morning, though. Like, I know there are some things like you can forage like this, but then... let's see here. I think we're just gonna head to... Just gonna head home and go to sleep for the night. It's almost 9 p.m. and we want to wake up in the morning. If you stay out too late in this game, you wake up late in the morning, and that wastes a lot of extra time, so... Best to go ahead and take the night. And what do? As a farmer, we watch the television. And tomorrow's weather's forecast is rain, which is actually really good for us. Rain means I don't have to spend any time watering my plants tomorrow. Hey, Phoenix. Phoenix, I guess. Phoenix. Welcome out to the stream. Let's just sleep it without making a diary entry. If I need to save, I can just, I can quick save. Rainy day. Since it's a rainy day... Oh, hey, look, mailman. Oh, wait, no, this might not be the mailman. Is this the police officer, or is this the mailman? I heard a suspicious man wearing funny clothes is hanging around the village. His sunglasses and yellow clothes and a strange bag. Be careful. That's right, the weird guy that, like, sells you the ball. This guy. Oh, bother. Oh, brother. How did I ever come to such a place? You the owner here? So tired of walking in the mountain. May I rest here a while? I wish I could technically speed this up, but this is part of the experience. So one thing I forgot to do. We want to start today by changing out our tools again, because I don't need the watering can, but I do want the hammer and... Whoa, no, stop that. Since it's raining, we don't have to water our plants today, so we can actually take the day to clean up the farm a little bit and gather some produce from the mountains. We might even go mining today to make a little extra money. So this is the nice calming game that I played as a child. Which is interesting because, like, as a kid, the games I played were, like, Star Fox and Legend of Zelda and all that kind of stuff. And the PS2 was already out, and I had some really, like, good, high-quality games for the PS2. But for some reason, I just wanted to play Harvest Moon. Like, and it wasn't just me, it was me and my brother. We both absolutely just ate up Harvest Moon like it was the greatest thing in the world, because to us it really was. It's just this really nice, calming game, but like you make money, you meet people. Something about it's really compelling in a way that is not present in other games. Like, yes, Stardew kind of captures the same feel, but I feel like in that game, you automate so much of the process that you kind of lose the soul of the game in the process. Like, I spend so much of Stardew Valley making sprinkler systems so that I never have to water my crops. And at that point, like, I feel like you lose a lot of the soul of what the game is about when you're not doing the actual farming and the hard work. I understand in this game there's a system where you can actually replace watering your own plants with the farming spirits, but that's never what I was about in this game. Like, eventually it's important to do that, but part of this game is doing your chores and you know, being a farmer. I'm just kind of randomly cleaning. I'll clean till around noon, and then I'm gonna go gather plants in the mountains. We want to try and get that, I think it's 3,000 gold, as fast as we can to get that rucksack. Alright. I probably should have used the scythe today, just because I had the extra energy, but we might use the extra energy to go mining instead. So all those things that I picked up earlier, they all respawn. Every single time that a new day starts, forgeable items come back. And when summer hits, which is going to be the next season, we're doing nothing but corn crop, pretty much, because corn crops, I believe, grow through fall as well. And once they start producing like every other day, and they're just ludicrously good money. Spring has a decent amount of forageables, but by the time we get to fall has the most forage items in the game. And so we're going to be foraging a lot of stuff during the fall time frame. That's everything I can gather from this area for now. When we try to do house upgrades, we're going to be going back to that area a lot to collect the wood from that plot. The only wood that respawns on your farm are the sticks. Sticks will respawn, but like once you clear a stump on your farm, the stump is gone. Same with the big rocks. Small rocks will respawn, but the rest of the time you're going to be spending on the farm is going to be mostly going to be dealing with the small stuff respawning. So, this is the thing. One thing I know is, so you mine randomly in here to try and find the way further down. And you mine by using your hoe for some reason, because there's no pickaxe. Time does not progress in here, so the only time we're wasting in this is the time in the real world, and we're wasting our energy. But the hot spring is right outside of this area, so really we're not wasting any time at all because we can just go to the hot springs and get max energy back. You ever played Stardew Valley? Yes, I actually own Stardew Valley multiple times over. Okay, we're getting pretty bad. I own Stardew Valley, and it's a great version of this style game. This game is a bit outdated, I would say. Well, outdated is not the right word, but this game is a bit older as far as how it plays, so some of the more modern tendencies for these style games is missing, but you can still, a lot of the modern tendencies of these style games is missing in this one. That has it in Stardew Valley, but I also just have a certain love for this game in particular because it's Harvest Moon. It's the first version of this style game that I played. But yeah, staying in that hot spring actually gave us our energy back. Oh, not much of it though, apparently. I don't think I stayed in it long enough. It also doesn't help that we don't have any energy cherries yet. That's some rubble. Starting out, rubble's decent, but it's not good. We can make money from rubble, but we can't, we can make money from rubble, but we can't, do anything else with it. Pretty much its entire purpose is just to be sold for, like, trash money whenever you're poor at the beginning of the game. I remember, Zach's gonna be here in a little bit. I'm just gonna use this time to clean up the farm a little bit. I think no matter what, Zach, I used to play Harvest Moon on my DS when I was a kid. It was my favorite game. Which, that wasn't Friends of Mineral Town was the Game Boy Advance game, right? I'll take the produce that's in the bin. Friends of Mineral Town was the GBA game, which this is Mineral Town, like it's the same people from this game. I can't remember, was it just called Harvest Moon DS? I want to say there was one that was just called Harvest Moon DS. Let's see how much money that got me. Yeah, that got me. So my efforts today have gotten me 723 gold in a single day just by dropping off a little bit of rubble and those forageable items. So it's not going to take us long to actually get our hands on some really good stuff. I'm going to spend a little bit more time digging. Ooh, sweet, that's instant money. If I'm getting instant money like this, the exit's probably around here somewhere. This is really good. There it is. So the further down in this zone you go, the better the goods you find. Okay, yep, I'm out of time. But still, I was able to get myself a copper chunk. it's kind of sad what ended up happening to Harvest Moon, because Harvest Moon was, as a franchise, Harvest Moon and was owned by Natsume, but the actual creators of Harvest Moon eventually just didn't make the games anymore. Like, there are still Harvest Moon games being made today, but they're closer in line to like a Minecraft style game. Okay, so tomorrow's weather is sunny. But, which means I'm going to want my watering can. Oh no, I overslept because I was too tired by the end of the night. I ended up oversleeping. That sucks. Today I brought you something very special. This is just between you and me, okay? It's called a Sugdew apple. It costs 500 gold. You want to know the real name? It's very long. Ready? Super, ultra, great, delicious, wonderful apple. Whew, that's the name. You'll know why after you taste it. Don't buy. You don't have 500 gold? What a pity. That guy's kind of a charlatan. He will try to sell you a bunch of random stuff. But one day it'll actually be something. So now we can't actually jump over these. We can jump over them if we're running, but we can't like get to that middle plant. So if I were to plant 9 seeds, if I were to have planted 9 seeds here, I wouldn't be able to reach the middle plant and it would die because I wasn't watering it. Well, oversleeping's not the best start to a game, especially on day 4. Probably take this one easy, just forage a little bit, maybe mine a very, very small amount, but keeping it simple. Might even, I should probably go into town and introduce myself to more people. Like, it's the 4th day and I've only talked to like half the people. Or not even half, like maybe even a quarter of them. I recently downloaded Stardew Valley because it reminds me so much of Harvest Moon, and I'm excited. It's a really good version of those games. Stardew is, like, if you liked Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley is probably the best version of it, and if you really wanted to help support the original creators of the OG Harvest... Okay, those are all watered. I'm just being dumb. If you wanted to help support the OG creators of Harvest Moon, they are their own separate studio now, and they are making Story of Seasons. Story of Seasons is basically the new actual Harvest Moon games, because the creators of Harvest Moon, the owners of the license, Natsume, thought that it would do better as a Minecraft-style game, and it doesn't, because Natsume didn't understand why people actually liked Harvest Moon, which was the laid-back farming nature of the game. Like, I think there might still be some farming in it, but overall, it's a very, very different game. Rune Factory is also a pretty good version of these kinds of games. Rune Factory is another really good version of these style games. There's a couple of Rune Factories. Like, I played Rune Factory 4 on... I can't remember if it was DS or 3DS. But the general concept of the Rune Factory games are... what if Harvest Moon, but also Dungeons and Monsters? And a little bit of Pokemon? It's all over the place, but simultaneously it's a good game. It's basically the, hey, I really liked Harvest Moon, but I also want to fight things game. It's funny, the sun goes down at like 5 o'clock in this game. And like most people are done doing activities by this point in the game. Or like by this time in the game. So I probably won't be able to meet anybody today, but I'll be able to clear out this this annoying patch of shrubs. forgot how fast time moved in this game. Stardew Valley days, I think, take a little bit longer, and I got spoiled by that. But there's hardly enough time to water, you know, that many plants. What are we looking at tomorrow? Rainy day tomorrow. I don't need this. I'm going to take that with me. We're going to make a diary entry. Just so that we'll have a save point. Do I play other games? Like other games like this, or just whatever? I'm mostly a variety streamer. My games that I typically play on stream are just whatever I'm feeling at the time, but I focus mostly on RPGs or games that have a decent story. Searching for the memory card. Oh, do I have a memory card? This is all on emulator, so I don't know if I technically have a memory card. I'm sure I do. Oh, searching the memory card. Game. I don't know if that's gonna break the game or not. Mayhap I shouldn't have tried to save. Oh no, don't tell me I'm gonna have to do this all over again. Alright. Well, so I can't save normally. I'll just have to use save states, but whatever. I only got to like day 4 and I can... Pay no attention to the fast forward. Come on. Let's get through all this. Oh, yes, the first day here. Oh, yeah, canceled family vacation, farming, grandfather, love of our life, fun song. Heartfelt feelings towards this farm and the childhood that I had here. This is silly. Just fucking speedrun the opening to this game. Okay. Day 1. Let's try to get through this pretty quickly. I'm not gonna bother following the mayor today because we did it last time. I'm just gonna very quickly get through what I'm supposed to do. Because following the mayor takes 2 hours, I believe. I feel bad telling him no, but simultaneously, like, Zach needs to show up. Oh, I forgot the dog's like right here at the very beginning of the game. I need to play with Pixel and make sure that I pick him up every day so that he feels loved. Hearts. There we go. It was nice talking to you. Alright, see you later, man. Thanks for stopping by. Gonna try to clear just the immediate plot this time around instead of trying to clear out a whole bunch. We will need to eventually get around to cleaning out the whole plot, but for now I just want to clean out enough to plant my my 4... They're not parsnips in this game. I think they're like beets or radishes or something. Hey, Ferris, welcome out to the stream. There's a mole. Good to play old school games. Yeah, I was having a bit of a nostalgic feel for this because I can't remember what it was yesterday, but yesterday the soundtrack to this game just popped up in my head. Oh, whoops. Well. Yeah, the soundtrack to this game popped into my head, and I couldn't help but feel a bit of nostalgia for this game. I really wanted to play it, and so I decided that I was going to play it yesterday, but I ended up having a tough day and just decided to relax a little bit. And then told myself that I was definitely going to play it today. So here I am playing it today. When does the supermarket open, actually? Am I coming to this place a little early? It's 9:40. I feel like it should open by 9:40, right? 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. closed Tuesdays and Sundays. Well, it's a good thing I'm coming today, then, because I won't be able to come tomorrow. Huh. I didn't get the encounter with the people. I guess because I didn't do the full event, but whatever. I want to buy turnip seeds. I want to buy 4 of them. 4 units. I've played Stardew Valley before, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I've played that game to death. It is definitely the best version of this style game in like the modern day. But I've got a certain nostalgia for this one that just trumps anything that game can produce for me. Not that it's a bad game, mind you, but just I like this one better. It's hard for me to quantify that feeling because it's a culmination of things. One, it's this game's like pseudo 3D design, which was a very, very PS1 thing to do. I got this game when I was like 7 years old, so like my feelings for it are more ingrained in the time that I got it than the actual quality of the game itself. But the fact that it's a good game doesn't necessarily discount it either. Like, it's a good game worth playing as well. So it's not like I'm, like, playing a bad game because I have nostalgia for it. It's more so that I'm playing a game that I remember and love from my childhood that is good. Maybe not as good as modern games, but my nostalgia is more than worth playing the classic. So I've played some of like the later, like the PS2 and GameCube era Harvest Moon games. I didn't like them as much. Like especially when they went from being like, this is what I would consider pseudo 3D. Like it's not like everything's still on a grid for the most part. the grid is very well established as far as how you move. Like, you can't accidentally move off the grid. Everything kind of just moves in the 4 directions versus, like, having full 360 motion. Alright, there we go. That's everything watered. Let's try to gather up some, let's gather up the things for the day. The harvestables. Another thing that I like about this game is this is the game that got me interested. I feel like I've said this already, but this is the game that got me interested in PS1 style graphics, which is a weird thing to say, but PS1's like graphical way that they do things, the sort of the jittery textures, yeah, it's 3D, but like all the polygons kind of move on their own, and it's just a little bit jank. Like, that reminds me, or it's not reminds me, but it's like, I think that feels and looks better to me than old school Nintendo 64 games do. Hello. Oh, what's cooking? You going to the hot spring too? And little girl? Today's the day my grandpa goes to the hot spring. Hey, so Mondays are the day that he goes to the hot spring. Squirrel. You want to see a squirrel? Oh, how cute. There you go. There you go. Old man? You're a regular young man. I wanted to have a son to succeed after me. Alright, goodbye, squirrel. I feel like if I ever made my own game, I would do my best to try and emulate the jankness of PS1, and I don't feel like it would sell that well, but simultaneously, like, if I ever made a video game, I'd be making it for me, so it's not like I'd care what other people thought about what the game looked like, I guess. I'm sure there are other people out there like me that have a nostalgia for this look and feel of game as well. Like, I can't be the only one. And try and clear out some of that extra stuff now that I've actually got everything planted and I've got harvest and everything's harvested. Gonna go ahead and start clearing out some of this excess junk on the farm. Right, I forgot, yeah. Scythe uses up a lot more energy than just picking and throwing. It's faster. I still find it funny that you use a hammer to smash rocks, and like, the axe makes sense to get rid of sticks. Okay, I am out of energy. I'll smash, like, a couple more sticks, and that's gonna be it. And to avoid oversleeping, let's go ahead and hop in the hot spring. That go into the hot springs ASMR. Oh, it sounds so good in headphones. Give him a quick little kip. Alright, time to go. Try to clean up just a little bit of extra stuff on the farm before we call it for the day. The one thing that I will say Stardew Valley does better than a game like this is it kind of gets rid of the mystique of it, but having an actual stamina bar so you can track exactly how much stamina you have is nice in the newer games. I feel like that's a modern that's a modern tendency that you kind of have to put in a game like Stardew, but just didn't need to exist in a game like this. It was just a, you know, you had an indicator, but your indicator was just how your character acted after doing certain actions. You know, does he wipe his head? Okay, he's a little tired, but not that tired. Is he like falling over like dead? Yeah, you should probably get him fixed up. And then, like, they didn't explain that staying in the hot springs would regenerate your stamina and stuff like that. Like, that's just stuff you had to learn. See, like, staying in this hot springs for that long has just reset my stamina back to, like, full. I'll go to bed at 10. Need to finish getting rid of some of these extra rocks and stuff around the farm. Alright, that's a good cleanup for the farm. And we're going to bed. Alright, and I learned my lesson, so what we're going to do is we're going to save state. And then we're going to go to bed. Because I apparently can't save normally. I have to save state. Ooh, sandwich I think is a good sign. Wait, I didn't check. Is today I guess I can hear the music, so today's not raining. But the police officer is going to tell me about a strange man in the neighborhood. There's my doggo. First thing to do today is going to water our plants. Supermarket's closed today, so I don't need to worry about trying to pick anything up today. We're just going to be farming. I've cleaned out a decent amount of stuff, so today's going to be a money day. So far, I'm at try harder. I've gained 350, but I lost 480 on the expenses. And I've used my scythe and my watering can enough already that they are ready to level up. And then if I hit start, I can actually view what my farm looks like, so we got a lot to go, but starting out, we've got, you know, a decent amount of the farm actually plotted already. 4 plants isn't a whole lot, but it's a lot more than nothing. And eventually we're going to expand all the way down once I can upgrade my hammer enough to get rid of those, big boulders down there. I think one of those is a particularly big boulder, though, so we might even be expanding out this way a little bit as well. But we'll be able to fit enough space on here, but you can very clearly see, like, a grid on this map. need to level up my watering can very quickly though, because being able to water 3 lines is gonna be nice. Because then on plants that you harvest by picking them up and it completely and totally removes the plant, it's actually going to make sense to do that. Hello, Pixel. Bye-bye, Pixel. Wait, do I have my... I don't have my, Well, it'll be faster for me to just go down here, grab the consumables, because I don't have a big backpack to begin with, so we're going to gather up what we can, come back, and then on my way back... Hey, look. Hello. Oh, hi. What? Who are you? Goodbye. I'm the guy that owns the farm. I forgot they hang out here on Tuesdays. This game is full of waifus. And the guy's gone. Day. Needs to go mining. We can make a lot of money by going mining. There's a couple of things that I think, I don't know if it's 100% true, but me and my brother kind of figured out is, ooh, sweet silver ore. One thing me and my brother kind of figured out in this game is, if you find the hole down, that's a full backpack, but that's a lot of money right off the bat. 2 silver ores and a copper ore is really, really good money. But when me and my brother were kids, we kind of had this thing that we just figured, and I don't know if it was superstition or what, but the idea was that if you dug all the way around, like, the very outer edge cannot be mined, so there's no reason to dig it. The edge right next to that is impossible for a, it's impossible for the way down to spawn anywhere on this outside tile. So you really want to start right here, start working your way around. If you start finding a good chunk of material, like back to back to back, try checking nearby, because there's a chance that the hole is probably near this area. And then after you find the hole, dig all the way around the hole, as you're usually going to find like 2 or 3 more things. And then, but right here around this hole, there's no reason to dig, because all of the points around the main hole from the way down will not be the next hole. So if your goal is to try and get further in to get better loot, you don't want to dig at the hole, you just want to dig all the way around it. Like, see, this is too close. I should actually be over here. Not finding anything yet. Oh, there's something, so maybe the hole's going to be around here somewhere. Doesn't matter. Fill up my inventory with ore. This is, by far, the easiest way to make money in this game, is mining. That or just having so much money and so many crops that you just make a bunch of money doing that. But especially in winter, in winter you can't, unless you have a greenhouse, you can't plant anything in winter. So the idea of having crops in the winter is gone, but you have access to a better mine up in the mountains. So we need to step out of here, I think at 1240 to have all of our stamina back. And we're back to it. And while we're inside, by the way, like this, while we're inside the mine, we don't actually, time won't advance while we're in here. Oh, and every one of those little gold bags that you see me immediately pick up and put away, that's giving us 10 gold every time that I find one of those gold bags. This is pretty much how today's going to go until 5 o'clock. Unless we wanted to... Oh, hey, Karen's here. Hello. Alright, well, while Karen is here, if I can hopefully catch her long enough for her to stay where she is. Flower. Please don't be gone yet, Karen. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Boom. Yeah, she doesn't really know us that well yet. We don't have we didn't get the opening the same way that we did in the first time we were playing this. Because I didn't take the mayor up on his offer to... Wait. I didn't take the mayor up on his offer to explore the town. Third layer, we should be able to start finding gold down here. Like gold ore, not just gold bags. Same as Stardew, the trick that you really want to do is you want to try and get as low as you can on as little stamina usage as possible. Or carry stamina healing items with you. But the difference is we have a very small rucksack, and so we don't want to carry too much stamina healing. Like, we don't want to carry anything extra on us right now. That's a full inventory. We're low enough that I think I can get better than copper. I'd rather fill up my backpack with silver right now. Silver or gold. Yeah, especially being this low, we should definitely be picking up some really high quality ore. And we're only at the wiping my forehead stage, so... Orichalcum? Hold on. Get this shit out of here. We can find orichalcum down here. Hell yeah! 2 orichalcums! Hold on. We're gonna make fucking bank today. I'll take it. I'll take 2 orichalcums and a gold. Holy shit, this is day 3 of spring, and I'm finding gold and orichalcum in the mine. That is like top tier stuff right there. I'm not joking, that is top tier. Like, we're gonna make some serious money by having put those in the bank. I think I got one last mining trip in me, and then we're probably gonna call it for the in-game night. Look at it for now. If I feel like I'm not getting good enough stuff, if I feel like I get far enough down to get better stuff later, I might not. Not at this rate. There's really no method for doing this, though. Like I said, there's really... It's in a random spot every time. Like, if you follow the don't mine around the edge and don't mine near your entry hole, after those two rules are followed, you're pretty much, like, it's up in the air on what you're gonna find down there. But regardless, the whole goal is to get what we can out of it. Which I did. I guess I can spend the rest of the day. No, my controller. I'll just take some plants or something. So where are we at money-wise right now? We are at 570 gold on day 3 just from collecting money in the mine. And the first day's collectibles harvest. Zach is here. I'll take the proceeds from the bin. Boom! $1,000. That is a little over $600 that we collected in a single day. What's the weather look like tomorrow? Sunny again. I was not as lucky to get the rainy days that I did the first time I played this. Gonna do that combo for now. And we're gonna sleep without making diary entry. Nom. And I didn't oversleep today either. I am still going to be approached by the man in yellow, though. Hey, doggo. Today I brought you something very special. This is just between you and me, okay? It's called a Sugdu apple. Very long. Ready? Super, ultra, great, delicious, wonderful apple. Whew! So that's the name. You'll know why after you taste it. Don't lie. Oh, I have 500 gold. I'm just not being fleeced by you, swindler. Hello, Pupper. Good Pupper. Now I can't just walk over the plants, I actually have to walk all the way around them. As soon as we get the rock stack, the next thing we're getting is an upgrade to our watering can. Watering like this is a pain. One plot at a time is not very fast. As soon as we can water, I think at a certain point we can water 3 across. And then after that we can do like 3 across and 2 deep, so 6 total plots. Oh, they're here again today. to hand them my bamboo shoot, so I'm going to be moving. You know what? Now that I actually recognize it as what it is, like an actual bamboo shoot, and I know what those look like, yeah, it does look like a bamboo shoot. When I was a child, it looked like a broken glass bottle. And I think that was still what I was seeing it as, but yeah, that's definitely a bamboo shoot. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Talk to the girls. Oh, hi. I guess they really don't. They still don't really know me. I'll hand them both a flower. This song, the summer song, and the winter songs are like ones that stick in my head to this day. No. Accept my love. No! No! I threw the flower. Fuck love. They left me. I came offering love and they ran away. Oh well, it's not there. It's not them I'm after. I'm after my one true love, Karen. We just left a house / entered a house. I know this is the... Oh, hello. When I patrol the mountains, I take a break at Gotz's house. Everybody does the same. Hey, what's up? Large hen house or buy lumber. Drop by anytime if you want anything. This is Gotz, and then there's this explorer guy in the back. Well now, so who are you? My name's Lewis. Nice to meet you. Yeah, his house is about what I would expect a house like his to look like. Simple, rustic. Why don't we do a little exploring today? We made a decent amount of money the other day. I feel like we should maybe explore and see what else there is to be had out here. Because up ahead is the big flower field. So during winter, this lake freezes over, and there's a cave on an island out there. You see it? You can kind of see it from here. That island, when the lake freezes over, you can get out to it, and there's a really, really nice mining spot out there. This is the flower field, though. It grows a bunch of the flowers that are available during that period of time. We will be visiting this place a lot when summer comes around, because Karen's favorite flower grows in summer, I believe. And this place should look familiar as well. This is where me and my childhood friend hung out when I came to visit. And this flower patch down here is actually where I fell asleep, and she came up and was singing. It's so interesting playing this game after years of not playing it, because like I immediately remember what to do and how to play it. But it's just one of those games where it's like, if I didn't have nostalgia for this game, I would still think it was a pretty impressive game regardless. It'll be a common thing in the summer for us to run up there, fill up our rucksack with flowers, then run back to the village and give a bunch of flowers to Karen in the morning. I unfortunately don't want to talk to anybody other than Karen if I can avoid it because I have a flower for her. I know she helps. Oh, here we go. The next time. Yeah, I guess I missed this first, but now we're playing it now. So as it turns out, Karen's dad is an absolute pushover. Aren't you guys the guy from Six Farm? What's wrong? You don't look so good. You should pay. It's okay. Meet you. And then she disappears back into her house. I unfortunately can't go through that door because that's technically their house. But she's technically in there, so if I walk out and walk back in, now that that event is over, there she is, helping out. Oh, thank you very much. Also, there's this girl, and she's pretty cute as well. This is the midwife's granddaughter that works as a nurse. All right, we should probably get more than just like the harvestables for the day. I'll do one quick trip to the mine, maybe, if I even get there in time. Actually, let's just run around and see if there's anything else that we can get cutscene-wise. Oh, I hate you, Rick. Potpourri? What happened? Oh, hello. You're Paladin, right? Guess you heard us arguing. What happened was one of our hens got killed by a stray dog. The sister Potpourri forgot to put it in the coop, so I got mad and yelled at her, saying, "Would you do me a favor and go bring Potpourri back home?" She went up to the mountain behind our house. If I went to get her, we'd probably just start arguing again. Mountain behind your house, you say. Damn hell, you say. I can't remember if she goes like all the way up to the mountain or if she just goes to like right here. It's right here. You can tell because the music fucking kicks back in. So sad about what happened. Rick is so mean. Sympathies. His name was Pawn. I liked that chicken very much, but why? My Amazon just talked to me, which is great. Thank you for staying with me. I'm sorry, I don't even know you, but... Wait a minute, you're Paladin, owner of Zesty Farm, right? I'll go apologize to Rick. Oh, no. I think I like her more now. I can't remember if there's another cutscene if I go back now that I've actually done that. Only like 5:40. It's like pitch black in the middle of spring at 5:40. I think there's nothing else for me to see. Yeah, this place is locked until unless it's the morning. Everything in this town shuts down at like 5 o'clock. Alright, well, if everybody's gonna shut down, then I might as well shut down too. But I should check the weather first. Raining tomorrow, which means there's one thing we have to do first. There you are, doggo. We've got 2 whistles. We've got a horse whistle and a dog whistle. But we want to put the dog inside before the rain. The first day, the New Year's festival is held in the square on the 1st. This upcoming Sunday, we've got the Goddess Festival held in Rose Square. We won't have anybody that likes us enough to actually dance at the Goddess Festival, though. Spring Thanksgiving Festival, give cookies to girls to show your appreciation. Oh, I can't make cookies yet because I don't have a kitchen. The local horse race, and then the cooking festival. Yeah, your first spring, you really don't get to participate in almost any of the holidays. But hey, tomorrow we don't have to water our plants. Means I can take this out of my inventory. Take the hoe out of my inventory, and we're going to use tomorrow as a day to clean up the farm a little bit more. I want to try and clean up as much of the farm as I can now, before my time is spent doing other things. Save state. Wait, I forgot to help my dog. Pet that dog. Always remember to pet your doggos. Going to go through really quick, and we're going to clean up all of the stuff, all of the rocks that we can. Because I really want to get my hammer up a level so that I can actually start breaking the big rocks. How is everybody doing today? On this fine Tuesday, I guess, afternoon. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a rough one because I hardly got any of the work that I was supposed to get done. But this week is going to be a decent one for me because I can at least get my other work done on Wednesday, because I don't normally work Wednesdays, but I work Wednesday this week. So I got an extra day to work my actual work. Yeah, you lose stamina a lot faster in the rain. Hello, Glodmulia. Mouthful. Welcome out to the stream. Oh, that's okay. Is that all of the small stumps? Okay, there's, I've got all the small... Oh, there's 2 small rocks and a stick up there, and then there's 2 sticks randomly throughout there, so... I need to hit the top right corner. One more stick, and I'll have cleared everything that I can other than weeds. And then we're gonna go rest at the hot springs. We're gonna collect some stuff just to get a little bit of money today. And then we're gonna start clearing weeds. How are you doing today, Glod? Should call you Glod. You having a good one? I'm having a good one. I let my ferrets out, and they're probably just somewhere around here in the house. They've probably gone behind the couch and have fallen asleep like they usually do. But they were running around here a little bit ago. And at 1:30, we'll get out of the hot spring. And let's collect some stuff. Oh, I'm on controller. Collect some sellables and head home to clean out the rest of that stuff. Yeah, I was feeling a bit nostalgic today, so I decided to play. Oh no, I missed. The controller disconnected again. Is my controller almost out of battery? Is that what's going on? I think that's the red means that my controller's almost out of battery. Or maybe that is just disconnecting, I don't know. Oh yeah, it went back to being blue, so I think it was just a connection issue. Perfect game to soothe the nostalgia. It really is. It's the music, the atmosphere, the gameplay, everything about it's just like, it's a very soothing game. Like if you've been having a hard day and you just want to sit down and relax, like there's not a much better game in my opinion than Harvest Moon. Specifically Back to Nature in my opinion, but that's my personal opinion because nostalgia's weird for everyone. And everybody experiences it differently. To me, Back to Nature is the true nostalgia because it's 10 out of 10 content. But also because I played it when I was like 7. We'll clean the farm up until around like 7 or so, or until I'm like close to passing out. And we'll call it a night. Alright. That's gonna be what we call it then. But still, let's get a quick little sit rep on our farm here. So that, like the front area here is almost entirely clean of everything that I can clean. The back portion here has a lot of shrubs, but once I clear the shrubs, that'll have cleaned everything that I can there. I need to get a new axe, and I need to upgrade my axe and my hammer so that I can start clearing other things. But I think tomorrow we are going to go mining and try to get ourselves some copper ore. Bravo. What does the news look like tomorrow? It's sunny tomorrow, which means I need this. I'll I'll grab this and I'll grab this. Now that we're out of hammers and axe things, I should probably just... But they'll probably spawn, so I'll hang on to what I've got. And sleep. Oh no, I overslept. Well, that's not the best. That's gonna put a damper on the amount of time I have to do things today. Oh, hey look! My plants are ready. That only took like 5 days. Well, that means I'm gonna have a very, very profitable day today. This will probably be enough to get my new rucksack. I guess I should go buy more plants then today, rather than going mining. Look at all that harvest. Look at all that money being made. I'm gonna be a millionaire, at least a thousandaire. I'm already a thousandaire. Exciting news that I know that very few people in the chat that are currently here right now know or care about, but my capture card, which was not working earlier, seems to be working now. I will know more about this, I guess, later today as I attempt to try and see if it works. But if it works, then we've got a working capture card again, and we can stream from my consoles again. That used up most of my day. I need to fucking sprint to the store in order to get there in time. Wait, are they open on Fridays? I know they're closed on Tuesdays, but what was the other day they're closed? I'm gonna get close. I know they close at 5 no matter what, but I'm cutting it close. If they are open today, I'm cutting it close. Come on, no. Okay, awesome, they're open. I would like to buy some seeds, my good sir, as I have run out of mine. And now that I've got the money for it, we're going cucumbers. Six units, sir. Yeah, that was most of my money. But believe me, I'm getting a lot more money by buying cucumbers than I will by buying any of the other crops on spring. They take a little bit longer to grow, but once they're grown, you don't have to constantly buy new ones to get more money. You just have them, and they just keep producing cucumbers. Like, there are certain crops that are nice to have as, like, influx crops, but if you want good cash cow money makers in this game, you want... Oh, there's Zach. Wait, if Zach is here, then... See, look! We're over 2,000 again. But I'm not quite done with the day yet, even though all we did today was harvest. Okay, so I did have that. Hold on. So let's see here. I still need to spend the day planting new plants. Let's see here. 1, 2. Okay, hold on. No, I can't do that here. Let's go over here this way then. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And one more time. Let's try this one more time with feeling. One more time with feeling. Let's try this one more time with feeling. It's gonna wear me out, but whatever. Having 6 crop zones to water every week is gonna be fun. We need to be extra careful when they're just seedlings like this, though, because it's gonna take. I think they could technically fall apart if they're still seedlings. And every one of these that we lose as a seedling is that many more dollar bills that much more gold that we lose in crop harvests later. It's okay, we're almost done. There we go. Okay, so watering my plants is going to take a significant amount of time going forward then. Doggo. If it's not raining, I can let you outside tomorrow. Get out of my house. Sleep and pray that we don't end up oversleeping again. We overslept a little bit, but not a whole lot. 2 hours is a lot better than 4. Soon enough, especially during like the summer, we spend almost our entire day on the farm. I just realized something. This entire time, my webcam has been like covering up the top area. Hold on. Does this look better? I feel like this might look better for this type of stream. Because really, the screen's about the same size in all reality. Just the visual information is presented easier. And I'm a little bit closer to you guys, so you can see my face better. Hello? Okay, just making sure that my mic was working. I realized that I'm not 100% sure that I set up my audio correctly for this profile. But I think I did. It's funny, I can actually play the game just by looking over at my stream screen. Because it's the exact same, like, time and everything. Let's grab some collectibles, some sellables, and then we can look to do more. already noon, and we're only just now throwing these 3 in here. What do I really want to spend my time doing today? I'm gonna spend my time just cleaning up the farm, I guess. Do I have my stuff on me? I do. Small ferret walking around in my room right now, just inspecting things. Would you guys like? Is that Pixel? I think it's Pixel. Yeah, it's Pixel. Would you guys like to see Pixel? My ferret. Oh, one of my ferrets. Pixel. There he is. Wiggle belly. He's my little guy. I'm wasting time, aren't I? Didn't pause the game for that. Alright, we're out of energy. I guess we can really quickly collect the last 2 collectibles. It's too late. Whatever, we'll do it anyway. There's this guy. And there's the bluegrass at the bottom. It's pretty stark just how quickly it goes from happy-go-lucky music to it hit 5 p.m. motherfucker, time for some darkness. Tomorrow gonna be a sunny day or a rainy day? Sunny day. Sleep. Isn't today a festival? Yeah, today's the Spring Goddess Festival. Which means Zach is not coming to pick up today. No mail. Throw the dog up. Especially clean up the weeds around your farm because so long as your crops are small like this, it's a bad time if they were to get messed up. Stand on my crops, doggo. My dog's named Crystal. Named after the ferret that I just pulled up. So here's a fun trick for this game. Today's a festival, right? Which means that Zach's not coming to pick up. It doesn't really matter, like, you know. Today's kind of a whatever day. The festival is being prepared in Town Square and won't be ready until noon, right? So we can't even go to the square until afternoon to enjoy the festival. But here's the fun and interesting thing. Just because the festival's happening at noon doesn't mean we need to be there at noon. We can show up anytime after noon, but before like nighttime, and we will still be able to get into the festivals. So there's no reason to show up like immediately for any of the festivals. Clean up your farm, do your regular chores for the day. You know, collect your ingredients even if you're not immediately binning them. Collect some sellable stuff. Throw them in the produce bin because Zach will come by and he'll pick up all of the produce that's in the bin the next day that you're actually, like, farming. Or the next day that he comes, he will actually come and pick up what you've put in the bin, even if it's over the last couple of days. So just go ahead and do all the stuff that you would normally do for the day, and then go to the square once you actually have the time to. This allows you to, you know, spend time collecting goods and selling, or not selling them, but like collecting goods and getting them ready to sell, and simultaneously enjoying the festival. We're still at the point where I can get most of my chores done before noon anyway. Right, now that it's noon, we can head for the main square. Which incidentally is the fastest to get to by going down this little side road here. Past the poultry farm. The ranch and up. All the goddesses, all the maidens. Go ahead and talk with all the girls. Oh, that's right. The Goddess Festival isn't a festival where you ask to dance with any of the girls. They just dance and do a festival on their own. We talked to the mayor last because he's the guy that starts it. But she refused me way back in the beginning. I was about to say, but what happens if a daughter doesn't have a mother? And I went, wait a second, that's not how that works. Wonderful. Old traditions like this are vanishing from other villages. Everybody looks so cute. Mary looked pretty nice too. And then this guy. My daughter hated this kind of thing. She never participated in the festival. I think that's everybody that I've talked to. Yeah. Hello, Paladin. Shall we begin? Yes. It's a good feeling. You can feel Karen got like way into it. Alright, and it's now 6 p.m. on Sunday. Sunday tomorrow. So let's relax, rest, and we will be back at work tomorrow. At 6 a.m. Awesome. Means hopefully maybe we'll get some work done today. I think my goal for today is going to be to go mining and get enough money together, because we're currently sitting at, I think if I go mining and I go and collect all the collectibles for the day, I'll have enough money to finally buy the new rucksack. I just won't be able to buy it tomorrow because tomorrow's Tuesday. This whole closed on Tuesdays. So let's just go ahead and water our plants. Go mining. And maybe I can see if I can't hang out with Potpourri some more. Hello, doggo. Hugs. I do have my hoe on me. We'll see here really quick if, okay, they are hanging out here. So I need to very quickly run down here and grab a flower. Flower or two, I guess. I don't remember when they leave. Really not 9, though. I hand them both a flower. And off we go! Running. Always running. Yeah, for most of spring, we're gonna basically just see like the same like 3 or 4 screens. We're kind of too early in the game at this point to try and get a chicken. Mainly just due to prices. Chicken feed is expensive, and until I can actually get corn, I won't be able to afford having chickens. You know, as a child, I always assumed that man was a postman because he just looked like a generic postman. But yeah, no, he's definitely a police officer, and I just never realized that. I don't think I ever read the opening B-roll when I played this as a child, but no, that guy's a police officer. I guess I just never pegged him as a police officer because he doesn't ever do anything policey. Eventually we get a beehive, and we can collect honey from it every day. Ding dong. I want to hang on to the copper that I just got because I can actually use it to upgrade some. Well, I can also come and get copper whenever I want. Like, copper's not a hard one to get my hands on. Hopefully I'll have enough money that, not only from doing what I'm doing today, but maybe I'll have enough money to not only buy the rucksack, but then also try and upgrade, my hammer and or axe. Well, speaking of hammer, well, I can't check while I'm in the hot spring. Okay, I think we're getting off at 140. Hello, old man and child. I love that he says, "What's cooking?" Yeah, they still say the same things right now. Because I haven't really met them. They run the ranch, I believe. That was a lucky dig. I remember when me and my brother first played this game, we thought that this was like some sort of secret greenhouse. Because you could, you know, you could dig in here. So we tried spreading seeds in here and just wasted like hundreds of gold's worth of seeds trying to plant seeds in there, not realizing. And then one day we were digging a patch to try and create something, and we pulled ore out and we were like, oh, this is a mine. We're just using our hoe to mine. Because once again, this game really doesn't explain this stuff to you. You're just supposed to know or figure out. But simultaneously, like, that was kind of the cool part about old video games, was just like, you just, like, sometimes you just didn't know stuff. But the fact that there wasn't like some internet out there to figure it out, and you were probably like one of 3 people you ever knew that ever owned this game, it was just one of those cool things where you would tell your friends, oh yeah, by the way, if you go mining, eventually you can dig really far down into this cave, and you'll find like orichalcum and like diamonds and stuff, and it's like really cool. And you can sell that stuff, and the little gold pouches you pick up give you 10 gold instantly just for finding them. I remember leaving my PS2 on with this running in caves, like, not paused, just like my character standing in a cave while I went off to school. Oh, right, we're far enough down to find orichalcum, which means I need to just be dumping this fucking, hopper like it's nobody's business. Super cherry! So, we now have a little cherry next to our name. That means our total stamina has now increased. Or like a super beet, I guess. I always called them cherries as a kid, but like, they are more like beets. I'll take a gold, a silver, and an orichalcum. That's a good haul. Not to mention getting that super cherry. That super beet or super radish or whatever it's supposed to be increases your max stamina. So that's really nice. I don't know how many of those you can collect in the game, but you can collect a lot of them. I've got one last trip to the mines left before I think I run out of time, and I'm just going to spend the rest of the day cleaning up around the farm. I'm pretty good at guessing sometimes where these holes are going to spawn. doesn't matter because I got all the stuff that I came here for. Honestly, the most expensive part about leveling up tools is not the cost to level the tool up, but it's the fact that you lose the tool for an entire day while you're leveling it. If you didn't lose the tool for a day, it really wouldn't be that big of a deal. But like, I almost never want to level up my water. Like, I want my watering can to be leveled up, but I almost never want to spend the time to level up my watering can because I just don't know if the day is going to be like rainy or not. All right, let's see here. What's our money look like? Hell yeah! All right, so. We've got enough to buy the rucksack, but we can't buy the rucksack tomorrow because tomorrow is Tuesday and the store's not open Tuesdays. So we're gonna spend tomorrow doing our best to make an ooboodle amount of money again to hopefully have enough money to buy that and an upgrade to. I'm probably gonna do the hammer first. Just because the hammer's in the most way. Like, currently. Like, the rocks are in the way of what I'm trying to do with the farm right now the most. I'm getting pretty good about cleaning out this farm. When I would play this as a kid, I don't think I ever actually got to stay after the 3rd year just because I did such a terrible job taking care of the farm. But like, look, I've almost gotten all the shrubs cleaned up. And then it'll just be stubs left. I take care of my dog every day, and when the horse gets here, I'll take care of my horse every day. I do need to buy a brush, though. I need to buy a brush before my horse shows up. I don't remember when the horse shows up, but it's sometime soon. And then once I get the upgraded, small rock? No. I think I got rid of all the small rocks and sticks already. Once I actually get my upgraded hammer, I'll be able to pound out some of these extra rocks in here. Not the big ones, mind you, but the, not the big craggly looking ones, but like the big round ones, the ones that basically just like larger versions of the regular rocks. I can get rid of them. Then I can upgrade my axe, and I can get rid of all the stumps, and then I just need to upgrade my hammer one last time, and we'll be ready to go. We'll be rocket roller coasters at that point. I just wanted to recover a little bit of health. We're going to go until my character falls asleep, and then we'll be headed back home. I'm just hoping not to oversleep. I mean, if I oversleep, it's not the end of the world. It's not like I have to run to the store today anyway, because I can't. But it would be nice to have some stuff fixed. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I think we might end this. Whoa, hold on. I forgot to check my weather. Ooh, it's gonna be raining tomorrow. I need to grab the doggo. But that also means that I don't need to waste any time watering my plants, and I can just get straight to mining. Where the hell did my dog go? There he is. Follow me, doggo. It's gonna rain tomorrow, and I don't want you out in the rain. I can never remember if this actually matters, like taking care of your dog and like putting him inside whenever it's about to rain or not. But I always feel like it's important too. And we didn't oversleep or anything. We didn't oversleep. Our crops will be watered automatically. Which means we can head straight to the mine. imagine if this was your life, like, not having to worry about traveling to work, not worrying about, like, people telling you how you're supposed to do your job, just going at it, you know? There's a preset of everything, you know, hey, go ahead and put all your produce in the bin. If you find anything out in the mountains, just grab that. It's a small town, you know everybody, they're nice, there's fun events to do, but you're basically just living a life, like, I don't know. I think that's the real draw of a game like this for me as a kid, it was because, hey, look, I get to run my own farm, that's kind of cool. As an adult, it's like, hey, look, nobody's telling me how I'm supposed to be playing this game, I'm just going. I'm enjoying the game's pace, I'm enjoying the game itself. This just seems like a peaceful place to live, everything just works out. Now we can head straight to the mine. So my goal today is to try and find at least a copper ore. Because if we can get a copper ore and find out how much it costs to actually upgrade a weapon, or not a weapon, I don't talk about, there aren't weapons in this game. There's no fighting in this game, it's just farming and having good fun. There's a silver. That'll be good for money. Where are we at with money right now? Yeah, 3,600. Yeah, I got $3,000. I got I got a little over $1,000 yesterday from the amount that I mined. Okay, there's a copper for sure. There's a silver. So I'll dump the 2 silvers off, and I'm gonna take the copper and my hammer to the shop, to the blacksmith shop, and see what I can do about getting my hammer upgraded today. Is blacksmith open? Wait, I didn't get that. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Closed on Thursdays. Boring learning how to be a blacksmith. Well, if it isn't Paladin from the Zesty Farm, what can I do for you today? Bill's present. Improved tool. You want to level up a tool, equip yourself with that tool, come talk to me when you're holding up the metal ore used for level ups. Always available to talk, so I'm not working at the time. If it isn't Paladin from Zesty Farm, what can I do for you today? Ask to level up a tool. That'll cost you 1,000 G. Is that okay? Yes. So I should be able to make that back. Job will take 3 days, right? I need to leave now. I'm gonna begin working. So I need to make up 400 G worth of money if I want to buy the rucksack tomorrow. But that shouldn't be hard. I've probably already gotten 400 G worth from mining what I have and the forageables, so we'll see where that stands. How are we standing as far as our farm's growth rate? Yeah, the sickle's already ready for gold, the hoe's ready for silver, and the watering can is ready for gold. But I think you have to do them one by one. You should save is what I'm is the current rating. I've nearly doubled my profit so far, but I have spent a lot of money this month because of upgrading tools and whatnot. Oh fuck, I ran all the way out here and I forgot to grab a hoe. We're probably going to play today, and we're going to get the new rucksack, and that's probably going to be where we stop the stream, is once we get the new rucksack. So I need to prepare lunch, and quite possibly work on my capture card and see if it is working. Always head down. Unless you're on a level that's giving like orichalcum, in which case dig around and make sure that you can get as much as you can out of the hole. I think that's the first level of fatigue. So in my free time, I've actually been playing, I try to play at least one game that I have for like free time play. And the game that I've been playing in my free time lately has been Pillars of Eternity. Because I've been in a really big like D&D style kick, and Pillars of Eternity is Obsidian's version of like a, basically, to put it in one way rather than another, like Neverwinter Nights, Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate were all very, very popular games when they came out. And then suddenly, for one reason or another, they all disappeared. Like Icewind wasn't being made anymore. Neverwinter Nights was gone, and Baldur's Gate 2 came out forever, like way, way long time ago. But the thing is, D&D has only been getting more like, it disappeared because, honestly speaking, like, 4th edition made D&D not that popular. But, something came to replace 4th edition, which is 5th edition, and suddenly D&D was very popular again. But, you couldn't convince a video game company to make a D&D game again, because they still thought that D&D wasn't cool. Or maybe that they wouldn't be able to make a lot of money off of that style game, because maybe that game mechanic was old and then people didn't want to play it anymore. It was hard to make a AAA budget game that looked like an Icewind Dale or a Baldur's Gate. So they weren't made. And then suddenly, Obsidian, creators of the original Fallout games and Fallout New Vegas, decided, hey, people still like D&D, but we can't get the rights to like a Baldur's Gate, or like we can't get the rights to D&D because I can't remember what company still had the rights to it. And so it didn't really start with Obsidian doing Pillars of Eternity. It started with Larian Studios wanting to make the next Baldur's Gate, getting in contact with the company that owned the rights to Baldur's Gate and being told, no, we don't trust you to make the next Baldur's Gate. And they said, all right, that's fine. We are okay with you not trusting us. We haven't really done much to prove that we can make the next Baldur's Gate. But we're really big fans of this style series, and we in fact have a series of games known as Divinity on standby, where we've made Divinity games in the past. So we're going to use the Divinity license, and we're going to make a really cool top-down RPG game. So they made Divinity Original Sin 1, and it was an absolute instant hit. Like, people fucking loved it. It was amazing. So after that, Larian Studios then continued to make Pillars of Eternity, but at this point, Obsidian went, oh, hey, look, D&D games are back. Let's make Pillars of Eternity. And they made Pillars of Eternity, and it was very, very successful. And there was a Kickstarter at the time to make Wasteland 2 as well, which was a very similar turn-based post-apocalyptic time frame game. Essentially, hey, Obsidian was like, hey, we kind of lost the license to Fallout, to Bethesda. We can't make like a tactical Fallout game anymore. But let's just make a Wasteland game. And so they made Wasteland. Which is also a really good game, by the way, and you can play it if you like these style of games. In fact, I'll probably play Wasteland someday again. And then after all of that, they made Tyranny. And then shortly after Tyranny, I think... I'm probably getting my timeline messed up here, but shortly after Tyranny came out, Divinity Original Sin 2 came out to massive acclaim, and suddenly, the company that owned the rights to Baldur's Gate come up and go, so, hey, Larian Studios, you know how you asked us a little while ago if you could make a Baldur's Gate? Do you want to make a Baldur's Gate? To which Larian Studios, you know, if I were Larian Studios, I would have gone something along the lines of like, well, I don't know, guys that own Baldur's Gate. We're kind of doing really successful with our Divinity series, and I just don't know if people really want Baldur's Gate now when we've got Divinity. But what they really did was, they absolutely fanboyed and went, hell yeah, it's the entire reason we made Divinity Original Sin, was to prove that we could make a Baldur's Gate. And so now they're making Baldur's Gate 3. But I'm excited for all of that. That's like been that's my current genre obsession is either turn-based or real-time RPG, like true RPG, essentially video game versions of tabletops. Is what has gotten my attention recently. Okay, so he's taking the produce. That leaves us with 3,400. So yeah, we just about made up the money we spent to upgrade our hammer, and tomorrow we'll be able to buy the new rucksack. But now that I've actually played, like, Pillars of Eternity and I've been getting pretty into it, I kind of want to go back, because I was never all that interested in playing, like, Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale or any of those games. But now that I've actually played some Divinity and some Pillars of Eternity and some Wasteland, like, I've actually played games like that. Oh, is that the last of my weeds? I think I am now completely and totally weedless. Heck yeah, look at that. All the weeds gone. We got rid of all the weeds. All that's left are rocks and stumps. So once we upgrade our rucksack, we can actually carry, I think, more tools and more items. I'll play with dog every day. What are we looking at tomorrow? Clear blue skies. Whatever. I probably should have expected it, but it's not like I'm that worried about not getting everything done today. My main goal today is literally just to spend $3,000 and get the rucksack. Oh, I'm out of water. Like, why am I not filling? Why am I not like watering this plant right now? Is my controller messing up? I don't have to wait for the shop to open up. The shop's already going to be open, so I can go grab the rucksack right now. But I'm upgrading my camera. I just realized that that rock gets in the way of me being able to walk around my crops there. It's kind of hard to tell what crops are and aren't watered. We won't be upgrading our watering can until winter, though. Okay, that's all the plants watered. Well then, without further ado, let's go get that new rucksack. Small child. You haven't talked yet. Hi, Paladin. You doing something in my house? Nope. I'm going to the supermarket to buy a rucksack. Hello, Karen. Hello, other cute girl. Sir, ring me up. Behold! I can now hold 5 items, 4 in my backpack and 1 in my hand. Totally worth $3,000. We, I think, get 1 more rucksack upgrade by the end of the game that gives us a total of 5 carrying slots, or a total of it doubles our backpack 1 more time, so our backpack can hold 8 items and we can hold a 9th in our hand. But I can now collect all the gatherables in a single go. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just down here is number 5. We can also put most of our tools in our inventory now as well. All the tools that we really care to carry as well, at least. Like the hammer. We can carry the hammer, the scythe, the axe, the watering can, and the hoe all at once now. Does that leave leave any tools that I don't have yet. I know I can't carry, like, because the ball is... Well, the ball is not a tool. The ball is a ball. Yeah, that's all the tools that I can carry all the tools I currently have now. Because the only tool I don't have right now is the one that's being worked on, the hammer. But I do need to get the brush, the milker, the brush, the milker, and I think, like, one other tool. The shears, that's right. Alright, so we've got a humble amount of money, but we now have a rucksack, and we're gonna have an upgraded hammer. Oh, did the dog spend the entire day inside? I'm sorry, doggo. Is it gonna be sunny tomorrow? Yes, it is. Enjoy your day. Alright, we're gonna sleep. I'm gonna make a save state, and I think that's gonna be where we end the stream for the day. Or at least this stream. We will be back later today. Oh, I overslept again. Alright. We will stream again later today with probably some D and dating sim. We'll see where we go. But for now, that's going to be where I end this stream. Thank you, everybody who came out to today's stream. I've been Paladin Null. This has been... I guess it's over here on the screen. This has been Harvest Moon, Back to Nature. The most nostalgic game for myself. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And as always, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.